First real snow of 2008. About 6 inches. You can see all the damage from the big ice storm in 2005 still here. Still lingering on. And there's the cabin with Marion on the porch. Playing with icicles. Oh, this camera's very sensitive. We got a nice coating of snow here at Earthshine over the last few days. Temperature right now is 14 degrees. Luckily there is no wind, or it would be absolutely bitterly cold. The woods down here are absolutely beautiful. You can hear the snow crunching under my feet as I try to keep my balance on the side of the hill. If you look at what I've discovered, coyote tracks in the snow. And I've been following them. Look at that. Beautiful tracks. I've been following them for a short distance. I'm going to see where they lead. So come with me and let's see where they go. Here he jumped over a little fallen tree. Here, looks like he's crossing squirrel tracks. Squirrel came running down the hillside here. He came around this log and went downhill, pausing before going over another log. And off down into the, looks like he just went off down into the bottom here. It looks like he may have sat down here for a moment. It's hard to really tell, but you can see 2 back feet, 2 front feet kind of staggered, and what looks like hair scrapes, hair prints on the snow around here. So either he sat down or just maybe took a funny little pause to look around. And off he went again. Here he went under a log. Instead of jumping over, he went under it. Then, between these barbed wire strands, I wonder if there's any hairs on the barbed wire. No, I don't see a one. He's pretty good at it. Coyotes are extremely adaptable to any obstacles in their environment. Anything that may change, they are pretty good at adapting. He's still going up the hill. Here he's come to a larger log where he's jumped up on the log and run along the top for a short distance before jumping across to another log. Up here he has come along and ducked under this very cold rhododendron, as you can see by the tracks. Came out the other side and picked up this animal trail. Of course, being an animal himself, he's following a trail. Probably a trail he's used many times over the past few years since he's been here. No telling how old he is. Interesting, something going on here with his tracks. A little jog to the left and then back to the right again. Then he stops dead and takes off straight down the hill. Now, could that mean he spotted something he wanted to investigate, maybe go eat? He's come downhill and did another funny little dance, it looks like here, before turning to the right. I don't know what he's doing. All kinds of crazy stuff. He's turned back around and is going up this hill straight up, very steeply. He's traveling across the open snow here again in the forest. That's a nice shot of his tracks. As he came down around this big oak, he lost his footing and slipped, and then continued. Here's another spot where he did a little funny jog to the right, and again we find some more squirrel tracks that come down this oak, across, and go up this other tree. Now I'm sure the squirrel tracks and the coyote tracks happened at different times, or the coyote would have had him some lunch and the tracks from the squirrel would have ended right there with a bit of a scuffle. So unfortunately Mr. Coyote didn't get lunch, but fortunately for the squirrel, he gets to eat another nut another day. Now this is interesting. He came up, turned abruptly, and went back into the forest. Now is it possible that he turned because he got too close to the field and there were people out there sledding as they're doing now? If you take a look. Sledding down Top Knoll. So I bet you that's what happened. He sensed danger and took off this way into the forest again. But look at this. He appears to have come to this tree and circled out to this spot for whatever reason the coyote was thinking at the time, I don't know, and turned around and headed right back the same direction, where he jumped up on another log and walked along the top of the log, knocking the snow off as he went. Continued down the log for a long way, and then jumped to another log. And continued down that log. Before he turned and ran to the right. Okay, now we're at the junction of the red trail where we started earlier, and where this giant yellow poplar stands. If you go to the right here, you'll go up to the Cherokee Village. If you go to the left, up to the lodge. Looks like he decided to go to the left. He knows where the food is, doesn't he? Well, he turned and went through the gate out into the field. He must have been doing this last night, obviously, when the sledders were not out. Came out in the field, and look at this. He goes that way. After coming way up this hill, he has decided to turn sharply to the left and head towards the lodge. And his tracks continue up the hill and then vanish in the blowing snow. Last night we had some high winds and it just totally obliterated his tracks from this point on. So that is the end of this coyote's trail. He outsmarted the human with the help of nature.